Yesterday at 1 p.m., our lifeguards and Cocoa Beach Fire responded to 5th Avenue South in Cocoa Beach for 4 victims in distress. When we got there, we had 2 victims that were in critical condition and were transported to Cape Canaveral Hospital.
Can you give some idea, at least from what your team found or what witnesses told you out there, exactly what happened?
Well, over the last few days and this past week, we've been experiencing high surf, 6 to 8 foot. Conditions are starting to subside, making the ocean a lot more calm, or appearing to look more calm. But those surf conditions have caused significant damage to the sandbars, causing flash rip currents, is what we believe is what occurred.
Can you define what a flash rip current is?
It's a sudden opening in the sandbar that causes a sudden outflow of water into the ocean. It's very fast, it's very unexpected, and you can lose your footing very quickly.
Not something you can easily see.
We watch, we try to prevent that as much as we possibly can in our lifeguarded areas. Outside of a lifeguarded area, it's very difficult for people from out of town or tourists to know or understand or what to do.
Whenever it comes to protocol in order to keep, obviously people who are going to the beach safe and also lifeguards going out there and rescuing these people, what is probably the protocol that you guys tell them in order to get those people back in safely?
Well, obviously, if you get stuck in a rip current, you want to stay calm, float, and swim parallel to shore, and wave your arms. But the biggest thing that you guys can do to prevent this from happening is swim near a lifeguarded area. And when in doubt, don't go out. So if you have these kind of conditions prevalent, the furthest you really want to go out is no more past out your waist.
Was this a lifeguarded area?
No, it's about 3/4 away from our nearest lifeguarded area.
3/4 of a mile?
3/4 of a mile.
Can you tell me, because it's not summer and I know that there are more stations or more lifeguarded areas during the summer, at least I think there are. Can you tell me, I guess, how many lifeguarded areas there are year-round where folks could swim near a lifeguarded area?
Currently, we have 5 year-round lifeguard towers. The Cocoa Beach Pier, Shepherd Park, Lori Wilson Park, Minuteman Causeway, and Paradise Beach currently active.
Do you think with the, what she said with, summer coming and stuff and rip currents are also high today, could you guys possibly see you guys adding more lifeguard stations in order to possibly prevent this from happening? But also you said, when in doubt, don't go out.
Right now, we are actively recruiting for more lifeguards. We have been for the better part of 2 or 3 months now. We even have another tryout coming up this weekend at 6 a.m. at the Rockledge High School pool. So anybody that's interested can contact us over our office, 321-633-2056, for more information on any jobs available.
How many lifeguards need to be hired?
We'd like to see at least 45 more.
45 additional?
Correct.
And then how did the county choose which towers to close recently because of those?
Well, obviously, we're doing the best we can with what we have, and we assess as much risk as we possibly can. So we stick to our most active beaches that we can, and we do periodically check on those areas with our mobile patrols. So it's not that we're not there; it's just we can't be there all the time.
See, 2 questions just for clarity. Number one, you all have more lifeguard stations during the summer anyway. How many lifeguard stations do you have during the summer? And then just to piggyback on what she just asked there, did you have to close down the number of year-round towers due to lifeguard shortages?
Correct. We've had to suppress some towers due to some lifeguard shortages, but like I said, we are actively seeking more lifeguards currently to fill those holes.
Chief, it sounds like you're doing the best you can with what you've been given. Who do we ask what needs to change?
No, can't.
Circling back to the incident, the tragedy, can you give us any more information about the 2 people who died or about the child, any other details?
We are aware that they were from out of town. One was from Connecticut, one was from Ohio. There was a child that was out there. They did not need any medical attention.
Was either of the adults, were they the parent of that child?
It's unknown at this time.
And was it a man and a woman?
Yes.
Okay, a man and a woman. And do you know who was from Connecticut and who was from Ohio?
Still under investigation.
Okay. And then the area where the drowning happened, would this have been a lifeguarded area, or do you not normally have a year-round station there?
This happened in South Cocoa Beach in the streets. We do not have any lifeguards in that area. Like I said, our closest lifeguard beach would have been Minuteman Causeway, north of the area.
Chief, if you see someone in distress, do you just throw I guess it's an inner tube that is stationed along the beach and call 911?
Obviously, we want people to swim in our lifeguarded areas as much as they can. In those situations, calling 911 is your best bet.
In thinking about people who live in Florida, I grew up in Florida my whole life, so I always remember the staying in a lifeguard station. But what's probably the message that you probably could give to people who are coming from out of town to enjoy Florida's beaches and everything like that to prevent this from happening?
Check in with your local officials. Like I said, we've had conditions over the last week that are not as prevalent as they are right now. The waters are starting to be calmer, much more subside, but the damage is done. And what's happening right now is rip currents that are forming very quickly in calm water, and that's when people get in trouble. They're not seeing it.
It was a group of people with children. Was this like a church or like a club or a school, or what kind of group was this?
Still under investigation.
Do you have the gender of the child?
No.
You said conditions are subsiding. What are conditions like today?
Currently, ocean conditions are ranging in some areas between 2 to 3 feet and 2 to 4 feet, versus the 6 to 8 foot that we were seeing all of last week.
Sir, may we have the spelling of your first and last name?
Sure, it's Eisen, E-I-S-E-N, last name Witcher, W-I-T-C-H-E-R.
Chief, can you explain the power of a rip current? Like, what kind of forces are we talking about?
You can be the best swimmer in the world, and sometimes you cannot swim directly against a rip current. That's why we tell people to swim parallel to shore. It's a very strong outflow of water, and you can gain close to about 100 to 200 yards in a matter of seconds.